I've spoken so much about the importance of our relationship with God, but there's something I want you to understand there. Our relationship with God depends on our knowledge of God. I mentioned this while I was teaching you walking with God. Are we together? You still remember? It depends on our knowledge of God. Just like God, men are in dimensions. Are you following now? Men are in dimension just like God. It's not appropriate for me to say just like men. God is in dimension. You don't use the greater to drive from the farmer. You can't tell me that I look like my son. Can you say you look like your son? Does that make sense? But you can say your son looks like you. And that's why I spoke about the worship that we offer. All those comparing God to things is not appropriate. So just like God, men are in dimensions because God is in dimensions. For instance, look at me. Look at me. I am a minister of the gospel. Is that correct? I am a father. Is that correct? Biologically speaking, now I'm not saying there are many adults who will be claiming I'm their father. No, I'm not. Are you with me now? I am a father. I am also a banker. You know that, right? Okay, what else am I? I am a husband. Is that correct? But I'm also a son to someone. Is that correct? I'm also a brother. To some, I'm friend. Now, in just me exist all of those dimensions. For some, I may be business partners. Is that correct? So, in just me exist all of those dimensions. Are you aware that the blessing you get from me depends on the dimension of me you know? If you know me, for instance, as your banker, I am not supposed to heal your headache or to heal your sickness. As your banker, I can watch you in demonic oppression and say, sorry sir, can you take some money and maybe you travel abroad? Because I am not supposed to function in that capacity of a minister of the power of God to you as a banker. This is the knowledge that the Israelite has, that they call God different names. Each of the names that God is called represent the dimension of God that they experience. So when God supplies unto Abraham on that mountain, he called him Jehovah Jireh. When they need healing, they call him Jehovah Rapha. Even though it's the same God, you don't expect Jireh to heal your sickness. Is somebody with me tonight? And you don't expect Jireh to fight for you. It's Jireh. It makes provision. So there are different dimensions